wouldn't necessarily think of PowerPoint or OpenOffice's Impress as applications you would use to make a website. But the Save for Web capabilities of these programs are a simple way to quickly put together your website, although a somewhat limited one. While you won't have as many options for creating your web page template, you will be able to quickly assemble your entire website and make it web ready. You can even take an existing presentation and quickly use it to create a site. Let's walk through the process so you can understand just how simple it is. First, start a new PowerPoint presentation by opening PowerPoint. Then, select New Presentation from the project gallery. Then, select Bulleted List as your first slide. If you are using a version of PowerPoint that does not have a project gallery, then go to the Format menu and select Slide Layout to adjust the layout of the slide. In the title box, type in the title of your web portfolio, your name, along with any other text you might like to add. Next, go to Insert, then select Insert Picture. Choose to select a previously existing picture from File, then place it at the top of your page to create your header. Now, input the main content of your index page. Use PowerPoint's text formatting tools to create the look you want. For example, because we want to include a large amount of text, we need to decrease the font size so that it will fit. And of course, make sure to use web-safe fonts like Arial or Times New Roman. Now that we have our text on the page, what should we do? Let's choose a design theme to tie all our pages together. Go to the View menu to open up your formatting palette. There you'll have options for formatting your text, bullet points, and alignment among other settings. Go to the Presentation section of the palette. In the Design Template drop-down menu, we'll have a number of options for creating our website. I chose Stream for our example here. See? Doesn't that look nice? If you choose a design template with large images, expect that your web pages will have large file sizes. Now our first slide is done. Each slide of this presentation will be its own page of the website. So let's create our Movies subpage with the same slide template. Go to View and then select Slide Sorter. Here we'll be able to see all the slides of our presentation. Click on the only slide that we've done so far, then go to Edit and copy the slide. Paste the slide into the slide sorter. We've duplicated it. Duplicating this first slide means that we're assured a consistent visual style, which means that we'll be able to have excellent site unity. Edit the content of this slide to create our Movies subpage. Once we're ready, repeat this process to create the other subpages of what will become our website. When we're ready, guess what? We'll be able to create our website with only a few clicks of the mouse. Simply go to the File menu and select Save as Web Page. Then name the file index.html and select OK. PowerPoint then will create our entire web page in HTML form, one file called index.html, along with a folder called index_files that contains all our images and graphics. Preview index.html in our web browser, and we'll be able to browse a near-perfect facsimile of our PowerPoint file, including a navigation bar. Each page looks exactly as we had laid it out in PowerPoint, and all the links work. All with a minimum amount of effort on our part. Perfect, right? Well, not so perfect. It is easy to create a website in PowerPoint, but your design options are somewhat limited. Also, a website made with PowerPoint, even one with no images, can be very large in size, which means longer download times and annoyed site visitors. If we're using OpenOffice's version of PowerPoint, a program called Impress, we'll use a different method to create a website. First, assemble our different slides as we would in PowerPoint. Then, go to the File menu and select Export. In the pull-down menu for selecting file format, select HTML document and OK. In the next screen, we'll be asked if we have a new design we'll want to use. To just use our current pattern, select Next. The next screen will ask us to select a publication type. For our example, let's use a standard HTML format without frames. On the right-hand side, we have some options to select. Since our home page is the title page of our site, we should not create a title page. We'll also be asked whether or not we want to show notes. This refers to the side notes that we've made in a PowerPoint presentation where we were giving it as a lecture. Since we're just creating a web page here, there is no need to show notes. So uncheck both of these boxes and click Next. Now we need to define how the site should look on the internet. First, we choose how we're saving our graphics. Since all of the ones we've used have been photos, let's save them as JPEGs. Since the images can be saved at a lower setting before losing much quality, choose to save them as 75%, which should be the default. Monitor resolution refers to our size monitor we expect most of our visitors to use. So we'll be safe if we aim for a middle ground. The medium resolution choice is probably the best. The last question being asked here is if we want to export the sounds our presentation might make. Remember what we said before about choosing very carefully before using music or other sounds in the web pages? Well, this is one of those times when it doesn't make sense to do so. Uncheck this selection, then click Next. On the next screen, we'll be able to choose a button type for our navigation. Let's just use a basic text style. This will save us some additional file space and keep us from having to load any unnecessary images. Click Next. On the last screen, we'll be asked to select our color scheme. Just use the one we already created for our web page. After all, why put the effort into formatting that text if we're not going to use it, right? Now, hit the Create button. We'll be asked to name our HTML design. Click Save, and we're done. Neither of these programs are particularly practical methods for making our typical website, but the ability to save our PowerPoint and OpenOffice documents for the web makes the process of sharing our presentations with the world a great deal easier. It's definitely an option worth considering if you wanted to make sure that your presentation will be accessible in class. Because that's what PowerPoint is, an accessible program. Not the best solution, but an easy one.